Rountree is back in action this month against Jamal Hill, which gives us a good opportunity to look at this very interesting sparring clip he had out in Thailand with Tay Mati, a very technical Thai fighter. Let's break it down. I think you can guess who's who. I'm George Hardwick, 13-3 professional MMA fighter. Let's get into it. So first thing we notice, it's an opposite stance matchup, and Khalil Rountree using that left kick into the wrist level. I don't know if that's intentional or if he's just that much bigger. It's naturally going to go at the wrist level. Tay Mati using a lot of movement and switching stance. Switching stance can be a good option against the taller fighter to find new angles for low kicks, for jabs, to make different angles and cover distance and disguise that. Demetrius Johnson would cover a lot of distance with the stance switch. It can be a really good tool. There he's hitting the right straight to the body. He's using that teep. You'll often find against someone really bigger, the teep, it's open. They're much more square. You can land that teep, but you're just not going to move them with it. And there's a low kick exchange there. Khalil Rountree looks like a really good guy to train with. He talks about Thai sparring a lot. He talked about it on the Joe Rogan Experience or MMA show, whatever it is these days. He talked about how Thais develop the skill so much with this kind of sparring, where it's playful and respectful, where you can learn. There's that Thai sidekick. Very, very cool move. What it is you get a lot of range, you get a lot of power, without the big wind-up. Often, like the classic teep is two phases, knee up, then teep. This comes in one movement, and it covers a lot of distance. The greatest Thai sidekick display. A lot of people like Tawan Chai, but we've probably got to talk about Samart Payakarun versus Panontumlek Hapalang. Absolute butchering with the Thai sidekick. Works in open stance here. The example I'm on about is in a closed stance matchup. But it's really good to get a little bit extra power, because that classic teep probably isn't going to move Khalil Rountree that much. There, moving back into the center, these little playful resets. There's that kick into the wrist level. Obviously, it's going to come in at that level. Khalil controlling it so he's not blasting a kick into the head. There's probably about 40, 50 pounds weight difference there. Khalil using his lead hand. We see Khalil use that kind of bouncy lead leg a lot of the time, but here he's a bit more set, countering with his left straight, arm blocking it and then going left straight. Nice and controlled. Tay Mati with his stance, which is there, kicking into the close side. The left kick, it still works against other southpaws. And if you watch some good southpaw on southpaw crime, Samkor Kyatmontip versus Sanchai, when Samkor beat Sanchai, they both just kind of blasted the left kicks into the close side. You can still catch that. It's still a solid shot. There's some nice kick-catch exchanges there. Liver shot into teep. Again, not moving Khalil that much, but Khalil, he kind of understands the size difference. He's not being disrespectful there. They're really nice combination. Guy using that right hook into left kick, and it was kind of mirrored. The thing about hitting that right hook is that it's going to move someone to their right, and then you're going to be able to use that left kick. The next one shot should guide the next. There's a mirroring from Tay Mati and a teep. You know how a lot of boxers will throw a massive exchange and then just pop a little jab after? You actually see Brandon Moreno do this a lot. You see this a lot in Thai. They'll throw a big exchange of kicks and punches and then just use a teep after. Or sometimes like that, an inside low kick, just to kind of nullify the opponent's next phase. There was like an inside calf kick. No, not in the way that Yotan was using against Chyla, but, this inside calf kick, a lot of time it's like a sweep. That's the classic inside kick in Thai below the knee. It's more of a sweep, but we're seeing people use it for power, like Yotan used against Chyla. Khalil just lets it ride. He's going to just let it ride, let his right foot step to the floor and throw this left kick up. Tay uses his movement, his mobility to get out the way of that. Very nice. Keeping a forearm there as a little bit of insurance if you judge the distance wrong. Very important. Big right hook and a right uppercut from Khalil there on the counter. Obviously a really good option. That right uppercut, it's a real classic Thai move. If you watch a lot of really good southpaw punches, like a Samson Isan, Bull of Royette, that right uppercut, it's a really good counter to the long guard. Stand switching again, very important against someone that much bigger than you. It's going to help you open up new angles for low kicks, straight shots into the body. I don't know what the crack is at this point. They're having a discussion about something, and they get back into it. Open stance to start the round, kind of having a little play with each other's hands. Little knee feints off of the backside from Tay. And there's that little skip, that little judder skip step that a lot of Thais use. A lot of people say don't telegraph the kick, but a lot of Thais use that kind of skip into the kick as a fade, as a way to make it go offbeat. It makes people kind of defend and then relax at the moment that the kick is actually coming in. My brother sparred Sanchai at a seminar in Darlington, and he pushed past all the kids to get the first round with Sunshine. That's something you said, is that the strikes land about a beat or two after you would expect them to. Stand switching to cover distance. Khalil, playing on the back foot a bit. It's a good idea. A lot of big guys, they'll just kind of walk forward, even if they're the bigger guy in the spar. Practice that back foot work. A lot of Muay Thai fighters are so good at kicking on the back foot. Something that you don't generally see in MMA is that ability to kick on the back foot. Khalil getting stuck on one leg there, and there's that inside calf kick again. Again, I don't know if this is an intentional choice by Tay to kick inside on the calf like that, or if Khalil's just that tall that when he kicks to that usual target of the thigh, it just ends up being just below the knee. But it's probably a good shout, really off balancing and a really good amount of damage. It's another opportunity for me to talk about Yotan vs. Chyla, the great fight that everyone should watch, and watch my breakdown of it. A lot of lead hand play. Again, the shots to the head are quite pulled. Punching into the clinch is Khalil and getting that really solid off balance. That's a really nice thing is it's not just sweeps or not just knees. He kind of throws that right knee up high, and as he steps it down, he's going to sweep with the left. So as that right foot goes down, we get this frame on the middle of the sweep. He just leverages that momentum of stepping his right foot down after the knee to get a really good sweep. So right knee comes up, pivots. A lot of the time, if someone feels a knee coming around, like a round knee, they'll step their way in, they'll push in to try and nullify that space, and that can be a good opportunity to sweep someone. If you're throwing round knees, to try and get the hips in to nullify the distance for the round knees, just hitting that sweep as a step in. There's that right kick from Taimati again, and a lot of movement side to side, sometimes circling into the open side, sometimes circling to the left, kind of using the spring of the leg if he circles into the open side to come back with a right kick. Boom, left straight to the body from Khalil Rountree, nice and relaxed. Sabai, I believe, is the term. But Sabai Thai is also the name of a very sus massage parlor around our way. We won't get into that. Loading his weight onto his left leg is Khalil. Boom, inside calf kick again. It's very hard to off balance someone that much bigger than you. And Khalil returns with his own low kick. That's a big low kick from Khalil. It timed the step. It's not just he's bigger, so it's going to off balance him. There was a really good timing aspect to that. Khalil is really good at timing people's steps, as we saw when he damaged Modestus Bukowskis' knee. I butchered that pronunciation, but I believe Taimati is going to step in with just a right jab. You can't really throw your right jab without committing that weight if you're trying to cover the distance, and then that low kick's going to come in here. And because he's timed that step, it's going to do a lot of kazushi, a lot of off balancing. Boom, kind of hit on the calf level. MMA guy throwing more of these calf kicks. The calf kicks is even becoming the dominant force in a lot of Thai boxing as well. But if it hits on that calf level, as someone extends out on the jab, close stance, it's going to cause a lot of off balancing. There's some really good combinations. Using the left hand is Taimati to steer himself around the corner and throw that right kick. He's throwing his own right kick at the wrist level. Obviously, he has to bring it up much higher. Some really good spars there. If you want to see the original video, I think it's on the Yakao channel. You'll probably be able to search it. Khalil Rountree vs. Taimati. I'll try and get the link in the description if I can be bothered. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns. Let me know who I should break down next. It was just a quick one today. Any questions, put them in the comments. Hard 10 Rev Gear. Blah, 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 blah.